Hi everyone. Up next we've got a rather unusual lamp. It's Russian and it's a UV lamp. You might be thinking, well, how can you get a UV lamp into such small size? There's the size of it. There's my hands. It's got a small bayonet cap with offset pins. This ensures that when it's plugged in, it will only go in one way, so connecting correct polarity up to the two connections. And I may add, the third connection is through this shell. Anyhow, so we decided to get a couple of these. My friend has actually put one on Lighting Gallery, and we remember that someone else we knew showed the inside of the lamp. He obviously broke it or something went wrong, and there's a picture of what it looks inside. Well, I thought, well, I would treat myself to one. They weren't expensive, but they're a novelty. They really are a novelty lamp. Small UV lamps have been produced. In fact, you can get from China manufacturers a very basic UV lamp which just has a single filament, and they're used in well, at least the one I've got is used in my aquarium filter. It passes water over it, or rather over the rays that it produces, and kills any bacteria or other stuff that's in the water, so they are quite good. But this was based on another one where the lamp was about this size with the same type of filament, no extra electrodes, it just had the filament, and that was a UV lamp as well. I know Philips in Europe made them and GE in America made them. I thought I had a couple of examples, but unfortunately I haven't found them yet, so whether they got mislaid, I don't know. But anyhow, I'm, as normal, getting away from the subject. This is the lamp we're talking about. It's a LUF-4 UV 4, and it's designated as Russian Nixie tubes. Why they call it a Nixie tube, I have no idea. To me, a Nixie is a tube which lights up with numbers, to normally based on neon, but not to worry. And I'm going to show you the sheet of paper, or the blurb that came with it. At this stage, well, I'm not going to light it up. I'll leave that to my mate. He'll probably light the other one that he's got up. There's the diagram of the lamp, and you can see they're not normal. You've got the graph there of the shape of the, but there's what the lamp looks like inside. You've got the normal filament plus, if I can point to it, the anode. So the cathode is that heated wire or filament across the top, and they're connected as such. You look at the base, as I say, the base uses an offset pin, and I'll put this one round the same way. The one side of the filament is connected to the shell, which is the actual cap shown there with the negative sign, and that goes up to one side of the filament. The other side of the filament goes to the left hand pin, which shown it there would be the left hand pin, The right hand pin, designated plus, goes to the anode, and that's completely isolated from any connections inside the lamp. So you only get conductivity between the shell and the left hand pin. The X contact is connected to the anode. I think I've shown that right. If I've shown it wrong, someone will correct me. There's like a diagram there which isn't too clear, but there's the diagram there. Anyway, the idea of these, now read it. Discharge, the ultraviolet discharge at low pressure is intended to operate from DC voltage network 28, so it's 28 volts, via a resistor that are adjustable and limiting the current to 0.35 amp. I'll be very careful in actually doing this, because it looks to me like you could blow that element or filament quite easily. On the inner surface of the conical flask, now flask is the actual lamp shape, it's a Russian terminology. The inner has got a 4-deposited phosphor layer, converts radiation of the arc discharge in the mercury vapour. You set this arc up between points X and the heated filament. Radiation in the mercury vapour of the light of a certain wavelength. The ultraviolet lamp operates at an arbitrary position. That means it doesn't have to be upright or pointing downwards, it can be operated at any position. An interesting point is these lamps were used to illuminate the airplane equipment and instrument panel in the cockpit, so the light that they give out is perfectly safe. When the supply voltage 28 volts, current in the circuit is limited to a fixed resistor of 30 ohms and 95 ohms in the variable. First, when the variable resistor is exposed to maximum resistance, and then it decreases to lamp ignition, and then have to put them in the same rating lamp power circuit. Anyhow, that's what it says. I'm not going to try it out. As I said yesterday, my collection is what I'd call a static collection, where you just see the lamp, you don't actually see it working. There's some more blurb there. But rest assured, the other lamp that my mate has got, he will probably get it working, which is quite good, because it shows you what these lamps do. Anyway, it is a curio. Thanks again for the instructions that I got with this lamp. I don't know if he's got any others available, but that's the actual lamp, and it's a bit of history. I might also say that on the diagram there, you just see it, is like a piece of metal dropping down. I think that could be a source of mercury. It's like a getter, but I think it is, in fact, contains mercury. These newer UV lamps that are turning up from China, they're only very small. They have the same kind of insert into them, which I believe provides mercury, so you've got a little bit of mercury vapour. So anyhow, there's the lamp. The writing round the base. I don't know who these are made by. They're obviously not made by the Moscow lamp company, but if I find out what the name is, which I probably can do, because I'm very grateful, I've actually got onto the Russian forum. I had a bit of trouble there, and I've got on. I just asked the gentleman in charge. I said to him, I said, well, look, I can't get on there. My name was on there as a member, but I couldn't log in, and it's all sorted out. So great thanks to them, and it's a very interesting site. It's slightly different. It is interesting. If anyone's interested in lamps, don't be put out off by the language, because you can get it in English, so there's no problem there. I was indebted to my mate for finding that site, and we both joined it. He got joined up straight away, and as I say, I had a bit of trouble getting on there, but no problem, I'm on there now. So once again, thanks for watching. As I say, that there is a mention about this lamp in a lighting gallery, but it is an unusual lamp. So once again, thanks for watching. And as I say, they're not, I'm just looking down at the specification, the actual burning hours is 300, so they're not a lamp to be kept on. Possibly what would happen, the lamp blackens, I don't know. I'm not going to even try to operate it, but I know it's intact because I tested it with an avometer and all the connections are there. Anyhow, once again, many thanks for watching. I will pop this up on YouTube, and we will see how we do. Thanks again. Thank you.